Every- Everybody, welcome back to LinkedIn Live. I do this every Friday on YouTube, LinkedIn, which is why we call it LinkedIn Live, and Facebook. And so I don't know if I'll continue to do it on Facebook. Got very little action on Facebook. In fact, the LinkedIn algorithm is not favoring us right now. And I'm not sure if I said something that where I've been blocked or whether my content's not just not that interesting. But it used to be LinkedIn Live. They really were focused on live video. And I've noticed recently that they're not so much. I don't know if you've noticed that at all. But anyway, we're not here to moan and complain because that's not what we do. We are here to learn. And I want to share with you today some ideas that have to do with building your personal brand. You know, this whole idea of brand building has been around for a while. And I'll never forget, it was probably 5 years ago where we did a personal brand workshop, and we had prepared a lot for it. It was a complimentary workshop for sales professionals and business owners and leaders, how to build your personal brand. And we spent some money on advertising, not a lot, and we sent it out to our email list. And we literally had 3 people sign up for it, 3. And yet, when I would be in front of people, like in events and clients, people were pretty interested in that. And I've noticed over the last 5 years that people have finally come around. Maybe you haven't, but people have finally come around to the importance of personal brand. I'm not sure what it was that caused that. Maybe it was COVID. Maybe it was AI the last 2 years. But I think it's as important as ever. You know that. You know that's what I think. And so I want to talk today about several reasons why you should do it. And then we'll get into some mistakes people make in doing it and what you can do to avoid those mistakes. So this is a complete 360 around the idea of a personal brand. So here's number one is AI will commoditize the world. AI is built that way. It's built to commoditize. Now it's built to give you great information. And some of you may be using AI. I hope you are. We are. But there's an AI commoditization wave coming. And the one way to get out of it is to have a brand that separates you from this commodity jungle. And that could be something as simple as, and we'll talk about some tactics. It could be simple as doing a LinkedIn video once a week. It could be as simple as creating a podcast or publishing a Substack or a newsletter or something on an occasional basis that brings value to your client or prospect or to your audience. So AI commoditization is one thing that's happening. Number two, trust, I think, is kind of the new currency. Buyers don't trust salespeople. We literally don't trust anybody today. Any advertiser, any marketer that comes on TV and says their product is better, we don't trust them because we've been down that road before. And if you think your customers trust everything you say, you are naive. I know you trust everything you say, and everything you say probably is true. Doesn't mean they have to trust you. Why? Because they've been burned too many times. And there is a general lack of distrust. Advertisers, politicians, attorneys, salespeople are right up there too. So I want you to do the things that create the trust, not do the things that delete and diminish the trust. So that's another reason. Number three, the algorithm economy rewards familiar faces, recognizable. I want your face to be recognizable in your industry, not in the world. You don't need to be Kim Kardashian or Grant Cardone or whoever these big influencers are. I respect them. But in your niche, in your territory, in your physical territory, in your marketplace, in your audience mix, you need to be known. And you need to be known for something, even if that something is as simple as giving good advice or offering good expertise or telling good stories. But you've got to be recognizable. And the face is the best way to recognize people. So algorithm will reward that. Number four, future-proofing your career. I'm not going to get into that much, but fact is that, I've got a friend who is getting ready to switch jobs, has kind of had it with his current situation. We'll say that. He doesn't, am I going to name any names? You'd never guess. But he has done a great job over the last year of building his personal brand. Now that he wants to change, he's got all sorts of offers. He's got all sorts of people who have followed him on LinkedIn. It's just a LinkedIn play. LinkedIn, they've read his stuff, they've watched his stuff, they've listened to his stuff. He has people all over the world basically who connect with him and DM him and have conversations. And now that he's looking, guess what? People are lined up to hire him and to engage him in some way. It doesn't have to be a W-2, but it could be some kind of engagement. But he spent a lot of time in the last year doing that. Are you spending that time? Is your career future-proofed? If you decide tomorrow that you don't like what you're doing and you want to do it, or you like what you're doing because you don't like who you're doing it for, and this is presuming you're an employee, and I know we have a lot of people who are independent creators, but do you have that opportunity? What's stopping you from taking the next year and future-proofing your business? Nothing. And I'm going to show you how to do it. 5, great separation is happening. I get tired of hearing the haves and have-not stories, and the people who are wealthy are becoming more wealthy and people who are poor are becoming more poor. That reason I hate that story is because I don't think it has to be that way. I think that the people who have it going on, we'll say, are the people who are listening to things like this and they're doing something with the content. They're actually taking action. And I know I'm not looking at you when I say that, even though I'm looking at the camera and you're behind the camera. I can see you there. Hey, Austin. Hey, Chicago. Fact is that we don't do the things we know we need to do. We don't take action. We talk about taking action. I've had people who have talked about building their personal brand for 3 years. 3 years, still didn't do it or haven't done it. And I always say, stop talking about it. You're boring. You're boring us all. You're saying, oh, I really need to get that video done. No, you don't. You're not going to do it. If you haven't done it after 30 days of saying you need to do it, you're probably not going to do it. So stop talking about it. Don't keep lying to yourself and to the world. Make those commitments to yourself and then carry through with them. But the point there is that there is a great separation happening. And those people who build their personal brands, they will not be replaced by AI. If you have no personal brand and you're working a back office somewhere or working in sales, AI will replace you. Oh, but Bill, the AI can't replace the relationship. So customers really want relationships with you? Some organizations, yeah. Some sales, some buyers, yes, they want a relationship. Most don't. And I have good relationships with my clients, but they don't call me to work with them because they want a relationship. They call me because they want to know what I know. They want my value. They want to know how they can get my value into their company. The relationship kind of happens and emanates as a result of that. But no, vendors don't call you wanting a relationship. So don't call them wanting a relationship. This relationship thing, I did a workshop this week, and this gentleman who I really like, he raised his hand. He goes, well, relationships are all there is. We're a relationship business. That's all we focus on is relationships. And it's exactly what I told him. I said, it doesn't matter. I don't care what you focus on. The question is, what's the customer focused on? They are not focused on relationships. They're focused on, how do I get the greatest value for the best product at the cheapest cost, quickly, without pain and suffering? What do I want? How do I get what I want? How do I get it with a minimum of muss and fuss? That's what they want. If you do that, the relationship blossoms from there. But I love these companies that talk about how we're going to go out and build a relationship and then we're going to sell them something. It doesn't work that way. Maybe used to. I know it maybe. But anyway, okay, so let's talk about the mistakes that people make when they're building their brand, and a tip, each one. Number one, they start without any kind of a strategic goal. So my commitment is that if you're going to build your personal brand, or my suggestion, if you're going to build your personal brand, have a goal around it. So if you're going to take on this in the next, let's just say the next year, you're going to do it 30 days at a time, have a goal where the phone rings once a month for the first 3 months, twice a month in the second 3 months, 30 times, whatever the goal is. Or I want to generate $1 million worth of new business from people that I meet after having built my personal brand. That's a goal. Then we got something to shoot for. But if you have no goals, you say, well, I'm going to shoot some videos and post some websites, articles, you'll never stick with it. You never stick with it. I know you because I am you. Or as the lady being chased by the police said, I am them. Number 2, trying to appeal to every, I didn't give you a tip. Write down these specific outcomes you want your personal brand to have. So it could be number of clients, could be how these clients come to you. They come to you instead of you going to them. It could be a number, numeric, financial objective, whatever. So start with a purpose, with a goal. 2, the mistake is don't try to appeal to everyone. Get clear on who your ideal avatar is. For example, in my world, the VP of sales or the CEO is my ideal avatar because they are the ones who have the budget to spend the money to train, coach, and develop the sales team. Salespeople, you have some money too if you're a salesperson, but you don't have $60,000 to spend or $100,000. But you have other money, and I've got other products and programs for you. But if I'm thinking about the core product as a corporate training program, I've got to understand the CEO's perspective and the VP's sales perspective and get very focused on appealing to their problems and their goals. And if I try to appeal to everyone in every piece of content, it doesn't work. And the nice thing about LinkedIn and any content is if you get very specific, like let's say that I'm creating a video for the VP of sales, it'll find VPs of sales to show it to. It's in the algorithm or the platform's best interest to show that because they want more eyeballs. They want more people on the site. If they show your stuff to nobody because you're not focused on an avatar, then you're not going to get any value, and neither are they. So finish this sentence. I help avatar achieve outcome by your process. I help a VP of sales who is wanting to grow their people and generate more revenue by deploying the 9-step process called the 2X roadmap, or whatever that is for you, whatever that vehicle is. So that's one way to do it. Number 3, people are inconsistent. They work for a while, they build their brand, they shoot videos once a week, and then they drop off. Do you know what the average podcast duration is? How many episodes the average podcast has? Maybe I should say it that way. The average podcast has 7 episodes, and then it goes silent. It goes dark. Now, if you're going to do a podcast, find a way to do it that's fun. Like Brian Neal and I do the Advanced Selling Podcast because it's fun. I enjoy it. He enjoys it. We both have a good time. Will we ever sell it or quit it? Probably won't just quit it. Will we sell it? Yeah, but I suppose we'll still probably be a part of it in some way. But if you're doing a podcast that's just you and it's boring or you don't enjoy, you're not going to stick with it. You're not going to. You won't stick with anything that you don't enjoy doing. I know you'll say you will. Oh, I got to do this because I want to grow the business. But if you don't have joy and ecstasy in it, you're not going to do it. So inconsistency is a big killer. It's a big mistake we make. So here's my tip. Pick one platform. I suggest LinkedIn. Doesn't have to be that one, but wherever your customers are, show up every week with something valuable for 90 days. That's 12 things over 90 days, 4 months, 3 months, 4 weeks a month, 12 things-ish. 12 things. I guess it could be 13 things. Or the 13 weeks in a quarter, 52. Yeah, 13 weeks in a quarter. So 13 things. Lucky 13. And do it. It could be an audio one week, could be a video the next, could be a quote, could be an article. Use AI to help you write some articles. You can't just, you got to contour them and shape them to make it your voice. But use AI for ideas, for headlines, for hooks. But I want you to get in the habit of thinking, how can I be more consistent? One platform, 90 days, 13 weeks, 13 pieces of content. Is that too much? In 5 minutes, if you jumped on a phone call with me, which I can't do everybody's phone call, but if you were a client and said, look, I want to spend 5 minutes with you on the 13 episodes, we could come up with 13 in 5 minutes. So this notion that, well, it's going to take me 6 months to research the 13. No, it shouldn't. You already know them. Number 4, the mistake is they lead with self-promotion instead of value. They lead with, and I see this a lot when people finally start to build their personal brand, they think it's a self-promotional gimmick. It's not. Sometimes a customer shouldn't even hear what you do. You shouldn't be a pitch. Look how great we are. Look how great our company is. And we just won the, the symbolic, Hindenburg Award in Germany for our faith and dedication to, no, it's about value. It's about bringing value to your customer. Pick something that they have problems with and dive into it for 13 weeks. There's a problem that your customers have that you could spend 13 weeks of something on. You could talk about the financial implications. You could talk about the emotional implications of not solving. You talk about what people have tried that hasn't worked. You can talk about 7 strategies of how to do it, 1 strategy per video. So go deep on one of the things that you're the most expert at and make sure that is the thing that brings value to people. Don't be self-promotional. So the tip, find the problems, find the cohort, go deep on that, and use your creativity. Come on. Use your creativity. Number 5, they ignore the compound effect. You put a video on YouTube and you get a little bit of action at first and then it drops down. But at some point, that video plus another video plus another one, plus when somebody comes to your YouTube page and they see a video and they like it, they're more likely to click on the next video by you, and then the next video starts to grow. So this idea that you post one piece of content and it goes away in 7 days, it does on LinkedIn, but not on YouTube. That's why I recommend, and we're average at YouTube. We're not where we want to be, but this goes up on YouTube, and I've had calls from people who watch this LinkedIn live recording and they say, hey, I really liked what you're talking about. We need help in building your personal brand. So don't ignore the compounding effect. All right, number 6, they try to create content without a systematic way to do it. Content is not easy if you're not used to creating it. It becomes very easy if you are. Systems are very important. So here's the tip. Find the 3 to 4 core pillars of content that you really focus on. So in my business, personal brand might be one because I believe in it so much. VP of sales leadership might be one. Some of the problems and some of the challenges that come along with that. Roadmaps. I believe that roadmaps are the master key to success for you and for your customers when they work with you. How effective are you at communicating the map between where they are and where they want to be? The other one is just personal growth. It's are we continuing to grow our skills as we seek to grow our income? And if we're just seeking to grow our income, we pay no attention to skills. That's a loser. It's a losing game. So those are my 4 pillars. Are there more? Yeah, there's things I talk about, but I want you to think about what those are for you. And I want you to think about, how do I batch create that? So if one of your pillars is problems that the CEO of the typical company has, then go batch create 4, 1 month. So once a week, 4 videos on the topic. And don't try to do one and then do another one in a month. Batch them. Here's what you'll find when you batch things. You'll find that the first one you did of the batch, you go watch it back. Before you take all your equipment down, you go watch it back and say, God, the 4th one was so much better. I got to redo the first one, and go redo the first one. Don't let anything get out online unless you're pretty pleased about it. Proud of it, pleased, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be something that you're pleased with. Because if it's bad audio, and that's a key critical part, bad audio, or the video's jumping around, or you're out of frame, or if this is what they see, I see this on Zoom calls a lot. It's like, do you not see that you're not even in the shot? So if it's bad video, if it's bad technically, and the content is bad, you shouldn't let it out. Because it's your brand. Remember, we're trying to build a personal brand here based on value and reputation. And if your videos are awful, don't put them out there. It's going to do more harm. But after some reps, you'll get used to it. Okay, so that's it. Number 6. Creating content without a system. So choose the 3-4 content pillars. All right, number 7, last one. The last one is people tend to avoid video. And I don't know why that is. And I'm probably a little bit unfair because I've been doing it for so long, and I don't even think I'm that good at it. But we, for some reason, avoid video. And I think part of the reason is we don't have a good setup for it. Like I've got a pretty decent light here. I've got a Logitech 720 or 920 cameras, $120. I've got a really good Rode Shure mic, SM7B, but I use it for all my podcasting, all my Zoom. It was $400. I bought it 7 years ago. It's the best investment I ever made because I never have to worry about, is my audio clear? So you need a good microphone, you need a good camera, you need decent lighting. But beyond that, that's what you need for good video. And I think once you get the setup right, you're going to look at it and say, you know what, that was pretty good. And be rigorously honest about it. Be self-analytical. If it wasn't good, say it wasn't good. I've had LinkedIn Live videos that I think are awful. Maybe this is one. I don't know. But so far, I think it's pretty good. But anyway, you've got to not make the mistake of avoiding video. It's kind of a triple negative. Just shoot video. Shoot video. Gary Vaynerchuk talks about that a lot. Just shoot video. Doesn't have to be professionally produced, but it's got to be decent. It's got to be good quality. So I hope that helps you today. The tip there, by the way, is just shoot video. Just do it once a week. Batch record it. Release it once a week. Batch record it 1 month at a time, 4 episodes at a time. I've got some clients who struggle with video until they didn't. You'll struggle with video until you don't, and learn how to tell good stories in videos. And I think you'll be fine. So if you want to schedule a call with me, you are welcome to do that. I don't expect much there, but if you have a team, if you're looking for some help, I'm happy to help you schedule a call with Caskey.com. And if not, that's fine. I'm going to a family reunion this weekend. My wife's family every 2 years meets at Houston Woods in Ohio. And that's a state park there. It's an awesome state park. And we have fun and games. We have competitive games for 2 days. So that's going to be fun. All right. I'll see you guys next week. Good job today. Build your brand, man. Don't drag your feet any longer. Just get into it. If you need to buy a camera, buy a freaking camera. If you need to buy a good microphone, buy the microphone. Stop hoarding your dollars. Every dollar you put into personal brand will return who knows how many X, 5X, 100X. See ya.